I'm offended right now.
Loser.
Marvin, who says, creo que inglés es más difícil para aprender. He says that he thinks English is harder to learn. What do you think, Vladimir?
Proof that Valentina and I speak English.
Hello guys from TikTok. If it's your first time here, what's about to happen is we're going to have a live lesson in Spanish, overcome the barrier style. I'm going to be the tutor. I'm a native Spanish speaker, and Vladimir is going to be the student. He's actually learning Spanish. So we're going to have a conversation in Spanish, or we're going to try to, and I'm going to type down everything that he says. And after that, we're going to go over corrections together. He will be able to see what he said. He's going to be able to see the corrections, you know, live. This is basically so that he can focus his learning on exactly what he needs for his daily conversation. That's the way we think it's the best to learn a foreign language. I didn't know we had any comments regarding our, you know, discussion subjects or topics.
Because, language consists of, and a huge part of it. And maybe, Valentina, you can talk a little bit about how much of bad Spanish is part of everyday's life in Latin America. Like, if you were to go on the street, go to a restaurant, would you not be exposed to people cursing at times? We didn't curse for the most part, but just in general.
You would totally be.
Back in my country, like where I'm from, in Russia, we curse a lot. Like when we are not speaking in public, which obviously we did, but we would, like, among friends, even in business meetings, there's nothing but cursing, really.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, it's so funny that Russian language is, although this is not a good time right now for Russian language, but a lot of people outside of Russia use Russian language to curse. Like like Lithuanian. My roommate was in college from Lithuania, and I couldn't understand anything they were speaking, but I could understand all the curse words. So
But I would say, if you come visit a Latin American country, be prepared to be exposed to all types of conversation. If there's one thing that I think all Latinos have in common, is that we have no filter whatsoever. No tenemos muchos pelos en la lengua, as we say over here. We don't have a lot of hair on our tongue, which basically means we're not that careful. We're also not that politically correct, which can sometimes be a big cultural shock for Americans, especially visiting Latin America.
En mi opinión, necesitamos decirlo en español, todo.
Bien, todo en español. Los latinos, en general, no tenemos mucho filtro. Somos personas que decimos lo que pensamos. Solemos decir muchas malas palabras, es cierto, y no somos tan políticamente correctos. Entonces, a veces, para los americanos que visitan Latinoamérica, puede ser un shock cultural muy grande. Pero creo que si pueden ver más allá de eso y pueden concentrarse en pasarla bien, van a disfrutar mucho de la compañía de sus amigos latinos. Así que los invito a ser lo más abiertos posibles en ese sentido.
Gracias. Yo creo que es un poco más fácil para entender español cuando tú escuchas el versión de inglés antes.
Pues entonces, claro, sí.
Sí, y porque yo quiero hacer Valentina hacer ¿cómo se dice? No. Yo recuerdo
sí.
un momentito. Prometeo. No.
Last class.
Yes, last class. My cat is distracting me. Gastar? No, not gastar. No?
Oh, gastar is a good one, but it's spend money. Gastar means to spend money, not time.
We want what? What is it? Prop something with P.
Y
Pasar.
pasar.
Pasar. Sí, pasar. Ay, yo sé esta palabra. Entonces, yo quiero que Valentina pasar su tiempo por responder por nos preguntas en vez de corregir mi demostrar. Sí. So, entonces, I'm wasting time.
That's not. Yes, he wants me to spend all my time answering your guys' questions instead of making corrections for him, which you're not gonna get away from, by the way. But Marvin says in English, many times a curse word is perfect. And Rob says 100%, I agree.
No, in all honesty, like we want for you guys to be
Español. How do you say honestly?
I would say honestamente.
Perfecto, perfecto. Why don't you believe in yourself? Honestamente.
Honestamente, vamos preguntar nos espectadores. ¿Espectadores? No.
Muy bien.
Espectadores.
Viewers.
¿Qué top, qué tema?
Bien.
¿Qué tema no podemos discutir hoy? Entonces, ahora.
Ay, miro, tienes unas palabras, un vocabulario muy específico hoy. Muy bien. Very well.
Sus palabras están muy similares con las palabras en ruso.
¿Sí?
Sí, tema.
¿En serio?
Tema, sí. Lo mismo.
¿Cómo es en ruso? ¿Tema?
Tema.
¿Sabes? Sé que hay muchas palabras parecidas o similares entre el español y el inglés, pero nunca imaginé que habría palabras parecidas entre ruso y español.
Sí, tema. Y tú necesitas recordar que muchas palabras llegan a español de Arabic. ¿Cómo se
Sí,
dice? ¿Arábico?
árabes.
Árabes. Sí, no estoy seguro cómo decir este tipo de la gente, pero ellos estaban controlar España por algunos centurias, ¿cómo se dice?
Centuries. Siglos.
Siglos. No puedo
Siglos.
hablar árabe, Grammy, no puedo hablar. Pero yo nací en Uzbekistán, donde, sí, en mi opinión, la comida mejor en todo el mundo es de Uzbekistán. Y sí, yo necesité aprender uzbek lenguaje. Uzbeco, no estoy seguro cómo se dice.
Wow.
Sí, entonces yo sé cómo se dice on dereke beş altı yedi sekiz girma y rahmat nichpul todas las palabras
Wow.
puedo recordar ahora, sí.
Tengo que confesar para todos los espectadores. Vladimir y yo claramente trabajamos juntos y hemos tenido algunas reuniones donde seríamos Vladimir, yo y una o dos personas más y todos hablan ruso. And I would be like, what is going on right now? Como muy confundida, muy confundida. Así que estoy seriamente considerando aprender ruso. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm seriously considering it. Vladimir.
I would strongly discourage anybody, not because of the current situation, unless you want to learn the language of the enemy, right? But we actually have, believe it or not, I'm gonna just say this real quick, guys. We actually have a friend of mine who is from Ukraine, right? A good friend of mine, whose child is learning Russian with us. And after whatever the Russian war in Ukraine started, I asked him why he's sticking around and learning Russian. And I was like, are you doing it for him to learn the language of the enemy? You know.
And was he like, yes, absolutely, that's the reason? Quiero hacerte una pregunta. Si yo quiero aprender ruso
Sí.
para poder comunicarme contigo en todos los idiomas posibles. Ya, porque, escucha, espera, hear me out. Ambos hablamos inglés, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Luego, yo hablo español nativo y tú hablas español, como podemos hablar en español. Right? ¿Estamos hablando en español o no?
Sí, sí.
Ok, bueno, entonces tiene sentido que yo aprenda ruso.
El ruso lenguaje tiene ¿cómo se dice? Difficulty.
¿Dificultad?
El dificultad.
¿El dificultad?
La dificultad.
La dificultad.
La dificultad de aprender con aprendiendo.
You were actually right the first time around. La dificultad de aprender ruso.
Sí, no solamente ruso, alguna lenguaje es porque lenguaje tiene conjugaciones y otra cosa. No estoy seguro cómo se dice en español y también en inglés. En ruso se llama padesh. Entonces,
no, pero ¿qué es?
En español, tú necesitas conjugar, tú tienes conjugaciones de verbos, todo bien. Y también tú tienes el final de palabra o el final de palabra cambiando.
Sí, verbos irregulares. Y, sí, sí.
No solamente verbos, por conjugaciones, por ¿cómo
género.
se dice? Sí, un poco. En ruso, cada cosa es diferente. Yo no sé cómo enseñar el idioma que ruso. Mayoría de la gente piensa que chino es el lenguaje muy difícil. Pero la última cosa que hace el lenguaje, el chino, ¿cómo se dice? May seem like difficult. May seem. Parecer difícil. Es porque es, ¿cómo se dice? Símbolos. ¿Símbolos?
Los símbolos.
Los
por
símbolos.
los símbolos.
Por símbolos, para
escribir.
Sí, pero es muy fácil para aprender, para hablar. Yo he escuchado, no estoy seguro. Pero
iba a decir, ¿tú hablas chino también? Because this was gonna be the last. Like, no, if he speaks Chinese, I'm out of here. Bye, guys. See you soon.
Me gusta lo que haces. Sigue. Estoy aprendiendo de ti. Soy Salman de Arabia Saudita.
Ooh, look at that. We have people looking all over the world.
Yeah. Entonces, yo he escuchado que el lenguaje más difícil ni siquiera ruso es Norwegian.
Ese es el más difícil, el que hablan en Noruega.
Noruega, sí, porque ellos tienen no 7 padesh, no sé seguro cómo
Who makes 7 like this? How do you count? How do you count, buddy? Listen to me. I'm gonna make a parenthesis. It's what? Look at me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where do you start counting in your head? Please go on. Why is it so difficult?
Valentina is muy. Yo voy a dejar decir. No, I want to.
Stop saying.
No, I want to say. Quiero decir que Valentina in matemática.
Sí, math. Math. ¿Qué vas a decir?
He's not ready for it.
What you're gonna say?
She's like, what is he gonna? No. En matemática, cuando put two cosas en diferentes partes, ¿cómo se dice? Summary.
El orden. Yes, I know what you mean. El orden de los.
No importa. Yo puedo put esto. Lo mismo es 7. Esto.
You were the first one to bully me when I did 7 like this.
You did 7 like this. I'm like, what is she doing? Yeah.
That's what you wanted to say. El orden de los factores no altera el producto.
Valentina, we have CPD 2P back, and you probably guess what he wants to talk about. Hay una palabra hoy como tenga ayer.
Well, Mark, on that note, Mark over here chat says, malas palabras, curse words. At least this is one way to say it. Could be other ways. It's true. I chose the appropriate way of saying curse word in Spanish, which is malas palabras. In Argentina, we would call it puteadas. But don't go saying that over there. Marvin, who says, creo que inglés es más difícil para aprender. He says that he thinks English is harder to learn. What do you think, Vladimir?
No. The proof that Valentina and I speak English.
If Vladimir and me, who at best share one brain cell between the two of us, can speak English as a second language, believe me, it is not that hard. That depends on what your native language is, though. For native Spanish speakers, it is very easy for us to learn Portuguese, Italian, French, any Latin origin languages.
Question on TikTok from Optimista 2020 from Saudi Arabia. He's asking 200 hours. How much would that be? Like
Vladimir said, I'm not good at math, so.
No, let me say this. The guys from Saudi or girls from Saudi Arabia should easily afford our classes, considering the wealth that you guys have out there. With
don't be like that.
No, oil price has been coming through.
You don't know how they're doing. So let's just say it's very affordable, and lesson starts at $6 an hour.
Yeah, so a total 200 hours will be. No, the person got my joke and said LOL, and not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 smiley faces on TikTok, Valentina, just so you know. So yeah, Rob did the math.
that was, I'm telling you guys right now, that was passive aggressive at its best. He was like, people actually laughed at my joke, just so you know.
Question for Rob. Do you understand how these kids that from Hispanic kids, when they curse at you, do you now get the words?
When they're saying este profesor de everyone, yes.
This is so funny, Rob. Is that really why you decided to do it? Look at this.
I was like,
people, we gotta try to get teachers.
This is Vladimir, take notes. This is the people we gotta go for. They never think I can understand them. It's great. Amazing, Rob. Amazing.
Anyway, so we do have a couple more questions from Optimista, the person from. Basically, he had a comment, or she. I don't know if it's a he or she. Do you think everyone have their own oil? Don't judge book by cover. Well, I do have a response for that. Isn't it true?
Vladimir, don't get into it.
Everybody who is born in Saudi Arabia gets like a little. The minute they come out of the womb, they get some money into their bank account, like 30 grand or 40 grand.
No, I want to say I take no responsibility for what Vladimir is saying or will say in the future.
Make that disclosure. And then he says, I swear it is not. So no, it's not true. It was, one of those, fake news. Let's call it fake news.
Misconceptions.
So yes. So Optimista, here we go. Mark has taken 120 classes so far, and he passed the exam after about 110 classes. Have been with OCTB for 1.5 years. Thank you, Mark.
Wow. Mark, we appreciate you so much, buddy. Thank you so much for being here.
Without OCTB, I would not have passed the exam. The exam was very high level, must be competent speaker to pass the medical Spanish test. So there
And you are one, without a doubt, Mark. We don't doubt you for a second. Mark, when are you gonna join me for a live class? Come on, buddy.
Wait, guys, save me, please. Somebody take my spot.
Stop it.
But anyway,
I'm saying that. Save me. Someone save me from lessons with Vladimir at this point. Come on.
1 or 2 corrections real quick. So as you guys can see here, that's exactly what I said. And now Valentina is gonna make corrections. So not only immersing yourself into the environment with native speakers, which is the #1 ingredient that we sell, right? And the #1 factor that leads to success, but also you can visualize and you can see what you should have said. And these red and green things, for those people that are visual, they really stick out and you start to remember them. And therefore you start improving faster. You speak, you reduce these mistakes, you learn new words, they just get ingrained into your mind. So, and then the learning doesn't stop there. Once the class is over, these corrections become your personalized content homework. So first, you get exposed to the native speaker. Second, you learn only what you need to know. And third, you can go back and relearn something called successful repetitions, only the things that you need. Therefore, you gain confidence and you relax when you see it, right? You're like, you know, I can speak better. So look at Valentina. We just took away her favorite part of the day. She mocked me while making these corrections, guys. You complete 7 paid classes. 7, like this, Valentina. Why you put 7? 7 paid classes.
7 paid classes.
Until August 31st. If you're really serious, you can do them in 1 day. Right? You will get additional 10 paid classes. For free.
That one we can agree on.
Let's leave it on that note.
Let's leave it on that. Let's leave it on an agreement between Vladimir and I. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you. Rami says Vladimir has to correct 7, and there goes our good note. There it goes. You know what, you guys?
You are not winning any points right now.
Not with me, no. Okay, you guys. I will see you tomorrow.
I don't even know how you do this. Like, this is an L. Like, this is a loser. Sign for loser. Like, you may automatically offend some people.
I'm offended right now.
Loser.